Alright, we are back in business. Sorry for starting a little bit late tonight. I needed to take a shower after work because I felt absolutely disgusting and all sweaty and, all that good stuff because the heater was cranked up to, instead of cranked up to 11 and probably more accurate statements, like somewhere in the low 30s, it was very hot, and as a result, everyone was sweating violently and we were all crammed in a tiny room together, so it was a bit of a mess. Speaking of a bit of a mess, let's fix the audio situation here. Let's try right about there, and I'll see how it does. Give me a few minutes for my side to catch up, so I'll know how loud or quiet I sound. But welcome back, in the meantime, to Majora's Mask 3-Heart Run. Last time, I played way too long for my own good, and as a result, I completed the first 2 dungeons in one sitting. And in this one, we're pretty much ready to just go straight to the Great Bay Temple. Maybe a little bit more quiet on my end. Let's try right about there. That should work. And hopefully I won't be too mumbly, but we'll see. Alright, that should work. In the meantime, away with you. Go on. Out you get. There we go. Using the Twitch app on iPad is kind of weird. It doesn't like to exit windows once they're entered, so it's easier to just, like, turn the app off and turn it back on. Alright, good, everything's working on that end. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about reading chat thanks to this new little thing called Restream, which I used this last time for Majora's Mask. So, if you type things in chat, you'll notice that there's this dark area kind of right here where it's got the little R that pops up whenever I mess with it. If you type anything in chat, it will actually pop up on my screen, so A, it will actually be immortalized in the archives, and B, and more importantly for me, it'll be a lot easier to read comments rather than having to look down at my iPad, every once in a while. So, enough messing about. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let's see if it works. It does indeed. It worked fine last time I did this, so I'm glad it works now. And it's not just a thing for, like, virtual cons or whatever. This is for anything that I stream using the diamond capture card. But it should work A-O good, as they say. Probably should have stuck with the Zora mask there. But now, as soon as I restock on some supplies, let's get started into that Great Bay Temple. Now, I realize I am very much in the minority by saying this, like, less than 10%, probably less than 5%, to be honest with you. But I actually not only don't think the Great Bay Temple is bad, I actually kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool, but I know most people despise it with every fiber of their being, and several fibers of other people's being. But I think it's pretty dang cool. That being said, and I probably won't screw this up, but I'd rather have it not need it than need it not have it. I am gonna buy a green potion in case I run low on magic. I've not had this issue before outside of my first playthrough, but I know it can cause problems, so I'm going to have it with me just in case. So, this is, in case you're curious, what my inventory looks like right now. This is about par for the course. The only thing that would be different, story-wise, might be, like, your bottles. That's all the masks I've got. So I'm missing Postman's Hat, All Night Mask, the Bremen Mask, that I almost forgot the name of, the Circus Leader's Mask, the Couple's Mask, the Gibdo Mask, the Giant's Mask, and, of course, the Fair Deity Mask. It took me forever last time to remember which one I was not thinking of, and it was the Couple's Mask, because all the work you go through for it, only for it to be usable outside of getting the Deity Mask for one piece of art. And that's kind of bollocks, if we're being honest. Well, no kind of about it, it is bollocks. And while I do realize that there's collectibles whenever I warp using the Song of Soaring that are right there, including fairies, I do want to make sure I get bombs. I think they give you bombs, but on the off chance they don't, I want to make sure I've got at least a couple with me. That should do. I'm actually going to lower the game audio on my end because it's very loud. The thing it means is I have to lower this. try about there. See how that works. Okay, cool. Yeah, Zorcape. I'm sure that Georg will be nice to you this time. Somehow I doubt that. Maybe I should have streamed on Friday. It would have been nice to me for my birthday, but let's face it, it's Georg. He probably won't play nice. I am gonna abide by my own rule that I did for Ocarina. There we go. And only have one fairy in a bottle at any given time. I'm not gonna be cheap about it. So we'll just have the 2 bottles. Oh right, I don't remember what the Bossa Nova is, because I can never remember the song. Okay, left, up, left. Yeah, that second half's the hard part to remember. There we go. I'm sure there's some great covers of that song out there, it's just... Like, of all the songs in this game, this one gets played the least. Because really, the only time that you're probably going to play... At most, you're probably playing this 3 times. You're playing it once when you learn it, so it's on screen. Once here, and again here in case you don't get the frog mini-boss and you're going for all the pieces of heart and you don't have the Dangero's mask or forgot it or whatever. But the Sonata of Awakening is used outside of its dungeon. It's used to wake up Captain Kita. It's used in one of the spider houses. I'm sure it's used a couple other places. Goron Lullaby, you're probably revisiting that dungeon a couple times because of how much it does. And the Elegy of Emptiness, you have to use all the time inside of the dungeon, so you're going to have it, you know, down pat at that point. And all the non-warp songs are pretty easy to remember. Oath to Order is pretty symmetrical in its design, so it's easy to remember. But that one just... not really. Now then, proud Zora warrior, climb onto my back by forcing it to, by forcing you to switch to human mode, because you can't use the hookshot while you're a Zora. Let's play for one of the hard pieces of the Sheikah Stone one. You don't have to, though, is the thing. You can use any of the, you can use the Sonata of Awakening or the Goron's Lullaby for that one as well. You just have to have the matching mask for it. So if you do Sonata, you have to have Deku Mask. If you do Lullaby, you have to have Goron. And if you do Bossa Nova, you have to do... you have to do Zora. We'll make it if we believe hard enough. Spoiler alert, they didn't make it. And yes, it was because they in fact did not believe hard enough. I'm not sure what prevents Link from getting, like, you know, thrown out into the air as well, but apparently he doesn't get thrown out into the air. I would assume it might just be easier to just swim under the water as a Zora. Maybe the current's too strong because of the wind, but I feel like that would be the easiest way to get in there. But whatever. So Link gives a little cheerful wave, goodbye, and we begin our destiny. That is stray fairy hunting. Starting with this room. Now, while I made the first 2 dungeons, I'm not going to say look easy, but I went through them with relative speed. I will admit, I probably will not do the same for the final 2. I know for a fact I won't do it for the last one, because I hate the final dungeon in this game, not counting the final dungeon. But the final one where you collect all the stray fairies, I am not a fan of it. I consider it one of the worst dungeons in Legend of Zelda series. I really dislike it. There we go. This one, I don't mind, but I'm pretty bad at remembering where things are. I more so know the pattern of how the dungeon works rather than where all the stray fairies are. But I will do my best to remember them. Whoa, that's a huge waterfall. Yeah, it sure is. I already have it equipped. don't think I need to change the pattern yet. I think I just leave it as is. Do I change it? No, but I think that might be a stray fairy over there. I know a spider does have one. If you kill it, it will drop one. So let's give it a go. Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen, but it wasn't going to let me charge my blade otherwise, so... I guess that means we have to do it this way. Aha, I was right. I thought it might be later and that I was wrong here, but I guess not. And I believe there's one other in this room, but you can't get it right away. No, there's not. Okay, that's all of them. Cool. Also, for anyone wondering, yes, I did see the direct about them doing a remaster for Link's Awakening, and I am very much in approval of this. Link's Awakening is bar none my favorite 2D Zelda game, and yes, that does include Link to the Past. I actually think Link to the Past is quite overrated, but I love Link's Awakening. I do need to jump down there. Okay. I was half right. I didn't need to change the water direction, but I did need to... Oh no, that's the wrong one. Let me put that back. It's the underwater one that I need to push. That's what I was thinking of too, but once I saw the thing moving, I was like, oh, maybe I don't need to do that. And you just let the wheel in the sky keep on turning up there. Where's the underwater one? Yeah, here it is. I love how they handle the iron boots in this game, though. It's so much nicer. Where it's basically, instead of having to unequip and re-equip the boots to either swim or not swim, it's just an ability that you can press B or A instead of having to go in your menu, because Zora Link can swim and not swim, so it works infinitely better here. That and the swimming's also wonderful in this game. Which is why, as a result, they've never quite gotten it down since, up into including the point where they did the remake for this game and messed it up. Should've just left it like it was. Nah, I overshot it. Alright, let's see if we can actually go forward now. There we go. Now we're in here. Let's start along the sides, because I know there's a couple fairies you can get right off the bat. Curious as Zora Link can adjust gravity to let him stick to the ground underwater. I would assume he's just like letting water in or out of his system because he can breathe it, and with enough water it just lowers him down, but who knows. That's assuming that like the Zora body would be similar to the human body and that it's made up mostly water. Oh wait, I can do this with Zora Link. I always forget that. I always think you have to use the Goron Punch, and that works, but you can also just roll into it as a Zora. There we go. get here eventually. There it is. And that's all the fairies in this one. Don't think there's any need for me to hop up here yet. Yeah, because that's blocked. Alright, so into the water. So I've got that for an option, and I'm gonna guess green down at the bottom. No, not green. Just red. Let's start with just red. I know just green is the one that will get you to the end of the dungeon. Actually, yeah, I can do something in this room. First and foremost... No, I'm thinking of a different room. I think I'm thinking of green. For that one. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to deal with that guy. Also, yeah, it probably would ruin the trajectory of the arrow. Trying to remember how I get there. Is it a... No, it's not a target. Oh, okay. It's ice arrows. So, this is the wrong way. Gotcha. I didn't look up a guide or anything before starting this. I'm going in not blind, but without having experienced this since the last time I played it on stream. Or for YouTube, whichever it was. Can I get up here? There we go. Not gonna bother with that guy. Let's just go get the map. And not get the doorbell, because that's somebody else's problem. Unless it's the compass. No, it's the map. They do that sometimes, where they give you the compass instead of the map, and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? I think you can make the jump up there, but I'm not... Get out of here. Not 100% certain. It's probably not what you're supposed to do, either. Come on. Freaking fish. I think you're supposed to keep going, but let's see if I can get up there anyway. No, not quite. Alright. Then we'll just continue on, because I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. Never did like those hands. They're obnoxious. And kind of creepy. I just climb up there? Do I have to jump back? Nope, I can just climb up here. Cool. I was about to say, I think it's kill all enemies. It's trying to get me worried there. 4, correct? Oh, not even close. 6th. Already got more than the 3rd of them? Are you serious? It doesn't seem like we've been in here that long. Oh, right, you're in here too. Forgot about that guy. Use that Zora Kung Fu. Even though it's horribly awkward and doesn't really work that well. Thanks for the Deku stick? Probably not going to come in much use in here, but, no, well, maybe. Alright, this should be a key, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, key. Yeah, he's not gonna let me get away from him. walking on the water. Sadly, they don't detonate in like a predetermined amount of time. If they did, I would have just waited for them to blow up. But yeah, this should be the compass. Yep. Alright. And if I remember right... Yep. Cool. Alright. Came through that door. At least I'm pretty sure I did. Yep. So that means we should be good to go here. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, because we needed the key to go to the other one. Yeah, okay. I'm caught up. Back to red. I'm actually going to stop and get that. Well, actually, they might give some here. Ooh, I'm glad I got that, though. I didn't think it was a large one. I thought it was a small. A tall rather than a venti, if you will. If you're a coffee drinker. I'll have it on occasion, but I'm not, like, big on it. That's mostly just a drink for keeping me warm, if anything, but, you know, hot chocolate can do the same thing. Right, this just applies to fight Wart, I believe. Let's go get him. Hey Wart, how's it going? How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. I think that's what they want you to do for the bubbles. Honestly, I feel like it's easier to just, you know, go in and do it like this, but... And since we're kind of low, we gotta filter them out. There we go. Really? Only one hit? Come on, keep doing that spin attack. And he's dead? Okay. That don't seem right. I thought A, he was supposed to take way more hits with the arrows, and B, he was not going to take that few hits after he got knocked into phase 2, but okay. Like, even with the Gilded Sword, I feel like that should have taken longer. Well, one of these has to have a heart in it to fill out that last quarter. There we go. And now for our troubles, we get an item that was once completely useless and now actually has meaning. Try it everywhere. Indeed we shall. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop over there. because Zelda's so nice, it's gonna let us try out our shiny new toy right now. Something about that tiny little splash sound effect they play right there is just really funny. So it's at this point that most people usually get tripped up and they're not 100% sure where to go next. Pretty much my advice is do everything you can with the ice arrows before screwing with the direction. So in that case, that would mean go back up this way. Or miss, that's fine too. That's the only thing I don't really like about the ice arrows. It's really weird to get a good gauge of the distance of where exactly you're gonna make that platform appear. Totally forgot that was in there. I guess you could have broken out the hook shot earlier and gotten it then, but either one works. Yeah, this was the room I was thinking of. Good. Whoa! I was most definitely inside of that block for a second there. That ain't good. That's usually the one that people forget to get, is this one right here. Because this gets the red pipes flowing all the way, not just part of the way. Because you move the one and you're like, oh, well that should have been enough to activate it, right? Nope. Gotta get them both. Oh, you don't need to be a Zord to break these. You can just be Link. Okay. That's good to know for next time. Well, there's no other fairies in here. Yeah. Well, there never was, but you get the idea. Nothing important in there. That little spot is an area we'll return to later once you're getting the green pipes, but for now, we're not going to worry about it. We'll move onward. And the wrong way, sure. Love being able to do that. It's just so nice. Alright, back in here. Nice. I think the issue with the arrows is they don't freeze the water if they hit a wall before that. Yeah, that might be it, actually. But you always have to shoot at a really weird angle because you're usually, like, going from one ice block to the other. That's why it's such a weird trajectory you're firing at. That could be it, yeah. And now let's fight this guy. I think there's a point you can come back here later when the water's the other way around and fight him to get the boss key, but, like, really, it makes no difference. Like, as long as you have the ice arrows, and you will, because you need them to get in here. Probably should try to jump attack him, but oh well. There we go. Yeah, I really don't want to get hit by that, thanks. I do like how his swimming animation slows down, though. That's a really good touch. think one more hit will get him. Especially if I do that. So yeah, if you were in a normal playthrough, this is the part where I would advise to use the John Darrow mask and collect that frog in this 3-day cycle so you don't have to come back through here. And then once you've gotten him, you just have to get the other 3, which the only other one that's kind of hard to get to is the one in the Swamp Temple, but even then, it's not going to be that hard. And if it was a normal playthrough, you'd also have like 13 hearts at this point, maybe more. But for now, let's just get the boss key and get out of here. So the boss key, the map, the compass, and how many stray fairies? 8, so about half. Alright. Oh, right, you don't have to... Yeah, you can just jump this. I don't know why I thought you had a hook shot out of there. Maybe one more heart? Yeah, nice. Alright, I think at this point we've done everything we can. Barring switching the rotation. Unless there's anything in the first room to do, but I think I checked for fairies and they were all gone, so should be good there as well. I don't think that one has anything. Or you could just fall, that's fine too. Or you could just miss, that's fine too. There you go. Might as well check. I don't think there's any left in this room, though. I think it's empty. Yep, sure enough, it's empty. That's also not how freezing a waterfall works, I'm fully aware. But it's probably fine. Come here, you. I'm not dealing with that while I'm here. I'm also going to try to avoid that Descabro down there. Not a fan. So we'll activate that and then go get the fairy that's up there. Which is probably one of the easier ones to miss in this temple. Or dungeon, whichever you prefer. Descabro, get out of here. Nobody wants that fish. Try to get as close as I can here. Go on. There you go. Side, correct. Oh, you might actually be able to hit it from here. You may not need to create a platform at all. Oh no, that was just for the money. Oh, okay, so it is on that side. And you also can't look while you're in the water. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, I don't really trust that to be enough of a jump to make it up there. Get out of here. shot on that last one. That was my own fault. There we go. Yeah, 9th sounds correct from what I remember. I think this is usually the 9th one. So that shifts that. Now we actually need to go in... Or not shifts the direction, but gets it in preparation to shift it. Because green's not active otherwise. But yeah, if you've got both of these pipes flowing, which they both are, and the green one flowing as well, then that means you've gotten all that. You might need to rotate to get the direction different, but you've gotten all the actual ones that you need to power up ready to go. Now we'll actually rotate this. I think it's a different one you need to stop. It's not this one, correct? Yeah, it's not this one. There's another giant wheel like this you actually have to stop. You have to stop it completely in order to be able to ride around on it, or to walk around on it, and it gets you up to one of the ferries, but it's a different room. It's not this one. Which means it's going to be in the red and green pipe that we couldn't take previously. The last room, I think, only has one ferry in it. I think that's right. I think it's only got one. Yeah, I should have remembered you were back. Here, have a nice arrow. I think spiders like the cold, right? Big fans? Probably don't need these, but I'll take them anyway. We haven't used a bomb at all, so maybe I was wrong on the whole you need bombs to get through here thing. I could have sworn there was at least one instance where you needed them, but thus far it has not come up. Which, even if you did, really, if you had the blast mask, that should be fine. Oh, hello. Yeah, that would be the other spot you could get the thing. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is the other giant wheel you've got to get rid of. Yeah, and I just missed my opportunity to get up there, but oh well. Oh, wait. Crud. Yeah, one was down there. Yeah, here it is. That's one. Not the same one I was thinking of earlier when I said you had to stop the wheel, but... In fact, I think the wheel has to be running on that one. I thought it was going to let me up there, but no. Had he not done, like, the diving motion, he probably would have made it. have now? 10? Alright. Okay, I know there's one more in here. There's one at the end. There's apparently a platform that Link can't jump on. Why do I keep overshooting things today? There we go. You stay there. Almost overshot that. Good thing I pulled back or I would have fallen off. Alright. So that's what I'm thinking of is 11. I can remember where 2 of the remaining 3 that I'm going blank on are, because they're in this upcoming room. Are there 3 in this room? Oh, no, wait, never mind. I know where they all are. I remember where the last one is. And I don't remember if you can make this jump back. It looks like you can. That would be preferable to having to use a fire arrow to reset the room, go all the way back up there, and then use an ice arrow again. Here's one. Yeah, there should be 2 more in this room. Well, actually, now I'm trying to remember where one of them is, because now I'm sure about one of the 2, and I'm not sure about the other one. Maybe I'll try to remember where it is after this. Pretty sure it's in this room, but let's do this first. Where's the last one missing? This is the one I wasn't thinking of earlier, because it's in a really weird spot. Okay, that's 13. I know 14 is in the room right before the... or 15 is in the room right before the boss. Is number 14 in here? No. I'm not missing any chests, and I know the one that's right next to the boss isn't in a chest. Oh, no, wait, they both are in there. Okay. We're good. We're good to go. We just need to get out of here, then. I remember. They are both in the last room. One is in a bubble that's, like, right next to the exit, and so you have to hit it with the Zora fins, and then get out of the water, and then use the fairy mask to get it, so... We're good. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that little blob. Let's go up here. Is this the way to go, or is this the way I came in? Oh, this is just loop back. Okay, cool, that works. Whoa, that completely turned me around there. Yeah, this was the one I wasn't thinking of. thought this one right here was the only one that was in this room, but no, they both are. Beautiful. Alright, let's get out of this dungeon. So yeah, that took what? 50 minutes? Probably not even that. It's probably closer to like 40. Not too bad. Last time I jump attacked in here. Let's do something a little bit more crazy. Thanks, Bongo Bongo. Glad to know we can always count on you. Gee, I wonder what could be in the water. Is it something evil? Surprise, it's the most hated boss in the game, except for me. I actually kind of like this fight. It's not easy, but I like it. That's also why it got altered, is because people thought it was too difficult. In with an arrow. Hop in the water. Give him a nice little zap. He'll appreciate it, I'm sure. Watch the camera have a seizure. And get back out of the water before he eats you. And just rinse, lather, repeat that till he dies. Yeah, I could have gotten him with that arrow there, but it just wasn't gonna happen. And yep, wouldn't let me back up, even though I grabbed the wall. Yeah, I wasn't holding a direction there, so I don't know why he swam left, but he did. So I'm glad he did that for me. I appreciate it. Maybe next time don't do that, and just let me control my character. Thanks. Oh, come on, I know I hit him there. No, I'm staying up here, whether you want me to or not. Yeah, I know for a fact I hit him there. Alright. Yeah, there was nothing I could have done there. That's stupid. This really is turning into the Bongo Bongo fight where I'm hitting him and it's just not doing anything. It doesn't matter where you hit him, as long as you connect, it should work. Now all of a sudden, apparently that's not the case? I've never had the issue of, like, hitting him in the quote-unquote incorrect section. Get out of here. Yeah, except I did hit him in the head. On that second shot, I know for a fact I hit him in the head because I saw him facing me. The first one, maybe not, but the second one, I'm 100% certain that I hit him in the head. No, just get up the pipe. Come on now. There you go. Walking with that wide pose like McCree does when he's with the high noon. Oh, cool, we don't have to sit through this then. Alright. Go on. Go around. Go on and get him. There you go. Alright, where is he? Don't put that on. Yeah, see, now I had to move out of the way. I could have gotten him there. Oh, come on. Yeah, that probably just cost me that he just blinked off like that, didn't it? No, it actually hit me back up. Alright. That ain't gonna happen. Oh, come on, I was in a good spot, too. I was, like, poised to go up there. And now it's just gonna completely screw up the camera, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, and that's game. That's so dumb. That's a stupid cutscene. Yeah, and then it just bumped me into him. I didn't hit anything on the controller. No directionals, no buttons, and it just immediately hit me again. Alright, fine, I'll leave the dungeon and go get a fairy, if it's gonna do that. I do remember that being an issue last time that I played with the 3-heart run. We're just like, oh, here's this cutscene to lock up your controls so you can't do anything and take a hit. I guess I can refill magic while I'm here. I don't think magic's gonna be the issue in the fight, though. Whoa, frame rate. It's alright. Oh, that's why. Okay, cool. Just throw it off the stage. Fine. Don't want me to have the magic? I'll just leave him re-enter. There we go. Now that we're prepared for the inevitable, oh hey, I'm going to lock up your controls with the cutscene. Man, it's like QuickTime events before they started becoming popular. Except instead of pressing a button to survive, it's just, oh here, we're triggering this thing so you can't. Needless to say, I'm not a big fan of QuickTimes. I think they kind of destroy the experience. Oh, I didn't know that was down there. Some games they work, but really it's only horror that they work in, otherwise I'm not big on them. Alright, the spiders are back. Go away, spiders. Fine, arrow it is. Oh, no, you're not gonna hop down here? Alright. Just get you there. Yeah! Good job, game. Proud of you. So one thing I don't like about this temple, and I'll give it that, when the camera freaks out, it really freaks out. Probably because it's not used to the transitions of going up and out of the water in a way completely different to Ocarina. Yeah, it's just gonna push me out, isn't it? Yeah. Come on. Come on. There we go. not just me on that. I thought I was just going slow on that first time when I missed it there, but no, it actually is just really fast. Alright. Oh, does it actually replay the cutscene because I left and re-entered the dungeon? Huh. Okay. I'm going to skip it. No, we tried that aura. He actually is faster than you. He's not initially when he, like, gets back up from being hit, but once he starts swimming, he actually is faster than you, which is lame. So pretty much the best way to do it, outside of getting hit in the cutscene like I did, for me, is to, like, whenever he gets knocked down, is to jump at, like, an angle to him and then just catch him in the side, basically. Because if you jump directly at him, it's not gonna... You're not gonna be able to get away from him after you hit him. Like, it's pretty much a guarantee you'll hit him, but that's about all it'll do. There we go. So yeah, if he's, like, right here, then you jump over here. And that allows you to swing around, so you get a little bit better of an angle to get out. So in theory, it should work like that every time, but the cutscene just messed it up. Yeah, I'm not gonna try for that one. He was too close to the edge, and honestly, I was probably better off waiting, because that gives me more time to set up for the next hit. Yeah, I was about to say, I know for a fact I got him there. Don't even try to tell me otherwise. But at the very least, even if you don't make the jump, it puts you to where you're far enough away where you can get out of the water in time. Where'd he go? There he is. Where are you? Yeah, this should be the one that activates the cutscene. Or I could miss, sure. Yeah, he even got me right there, so... That means I'm gonna lose my fairy here. Yep. Well, there was no way to get out of it, so... The worst part is, it's entirely possible by the time that I swim over there, he'll just get me again. I know he's over there, but I don't know how much time I have, so I'm not gonna gamble. Oh, come on, really? So that means I basically can't get grabbed by him again or I'm dead. Because he does 2.5 hearts when you're, when you don't have the damage decrease. Yep, good job, camera. I'm glad you did that for me. I don't know how I made it back up there, but okay. I think the only reason he didn't get me is because he was, like, just as confused as I was as to what was happening right there with the controls. Because it looked like he was going to go that he was going to go one way, and then he went a completely different way from that. Got him. Sweet. So yeah, outside of that cutscene, I took 1 heart of damage. And that was just because I accidentally bumped him after I shocked him before the cutscene activated. Or no, that was from him ramming into me when he jumped over the water. Which, that was my fault. I thought I had enough clearance and I was wrong. That's the one thing I can't see. Oh, I thought you already had subscribed this month, Aura, but thank you for resubscribing anyway. I could have sworn I saw you do that, like, last week. We did it. We beat a fish. Which, while fun, it's really sad that a fish is the hardest boss in the game. Outside of maybe Phase 3 of Majora, if you're not using the Deity Mask. Though, to be fair, the Deity Mask breaks all the fights, so... That's what it's supposed to do. Guess it was the end of my thing. Oh, okay. That's a bit odd, but thank you regardless. Enjoy your Bowser. Help our friend. Yeah, we talked about this last time about how they make a noise that, like, it's like the joke of being able to, like, hear something, like, based on a sound that something makes that sounds vaguely similar, but when you hear it as one thing, you can't unhear it. Because help our friend and call us use the same voice clip, so it's like, help us, or call our friend, so it just ingrains in your head whenever you see the words. It's like, oh yeah, it does sound like that. It's like, no it doesn't, your brain's just tricking you into thinking it sounds like that. Bowser's proud of your accomplishment. I hope he is. And I don't think there's anything post Great Bay that I need to do since I'm not going for any of the heart pieces outside of, obviously, bringing the fairies back. Because the only thing it opens up is the platforming minigame, I think. Oh wait, I didn't want to warp here. I wanted to warp to the other one. And doing the platform jumping game is just a piece of heart. Yeah, I don't think I have anything I need to do here. I did the spider houses last stream, so I don't need to do those. Yeah, I think it's just the fairies. Alright, cool. Unless I'm forgetting something else, which I'm sure someone will remind me. If there's anything I need to do after Great Bay is done that doesn't involve a piece of heart, then let me know, but I don't think there is. Again, I did the spider houses, I did the beaver racing for the bottle. The only bottle that I'm missing is the Andrew Cafe side quest one. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here I need to do. There's not a lot of post-Great Bay stuff you do if you've done everything else. You just kind of go straight to Ikana afterwards. Yep, I know the feeling all too well of early morning class, but I also know that you're in a different time zone than me. Rest well, and thank you for the happy birthday, Eve. Killing that crow was for you. It had it coming. It knew what it was getting into. Literally one of the best lines from that show. They knew what they were getting into. Hashtag rarity catch me. The rock looks so weird when it explodes in that one. It doesn't, it like explodes in all these vertical looking chunks instead of like the typical ones that you're used to seeing from blowing up rocks in this game and in the sequel, in the prequel. It just looks off for some reason to see it blow up and look like that. But now we've saved one more of the fairies, and getting the last useful upgrade from them, the double strength. Because let's face it, the Great Fairy Sword, while it looks freaking cool, the fact it's used as a C item is kind of awkward, so... I'm the king of the world! Goodbye, Great Fairy! Yeah, I can only think of one other thing I might want to do before... And it's not anything big, but one thing I want to do before Ikana. And it's very minor, so... Is there anything else I can do before that point? No, can't do that. Can't do... Actually, I could do that. But I think you have to save the woman on the first night, and I might be too late to do that. Either I'm too late or we're gonna get there, like, right when it happens. Oh, wow. She's right there. Cool. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, are you supposed to save her here? I'm gonna pause and check, actually. Mostly because this isn't something that's like a huge deal, but if I check to see. So you actually do need to... You do need to save the old lady here. I was, like, pretty sure that you needed to, but I know for some of the Anju Cafe stuff, you actually need to not save her. So I was not completely certain on that. Also, this looks really funny in slowed down time. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a jogger who likes jogging at midnight. I'm not going to do anything. Get him! Jim, do something! Jim, help! My sword's not strong enough to attack him! Use your blowgun, Jim! Guard, what are you doing? What a bunch of jokers. Completely useless. Alright. That was not the thing I was thinking of, but it's good that I did that. And, you know, like, obviously good that I saved the old lady from getting stolen from. How they can tell you're wearing the mask from there, I'm not sure, but apparently they can. You might have to speak to him from down here. Yeah, I can help. Yep, I play the ocarina. We're just making all the Link's Awakening references today. Like, you have Wart as a reference, because he's from Link's Awakening, for anybody that didn't know. And then, right here, you're going to hear a compilation of Ballad of the Windfish, which is also from Link's Awakening, so how fitting for the Direct that just announced today that, that they're remaking it, which I'm super psyched for. I've seen a little bit of the gameplay. I don't know if I like the new graphics, but the fact that it's coming out again on Switch, I am stoked for. I'm super psyched for it. Yep, I play the Deku Pipes. I think you wanted me on this one. Yeah, there we go. I play like this. Yeah, it feels good, man. It's, you know, it's not about how it sounds, it's about how it feels. Though really, that's kind of how the bass guitar works in a nutshell, is you feel it more than you hear it most of the time. I don't understand why the Goron has such a small spotlight and the Deku ones is, like, gigantic. I feel like they should be flipped. And it feels good. And he raises his arms triumphantly while getting heckled by that guy. Let's make it a quartet of Ninja Turtles. Even though none of these characters are ninjas nor turtles. I love that first part for the guitar one. Bravissimo! His fingers look so gross in that shot right there. It's alright. But thanks for the circumcision mask. It looks so sad I could put a tear in even a demon's eye. This is used, sadly, for almost nothing in the game, so... Its only purpose is to stop the Gorman brothers from attacking you. The problem is, the only way that you could get that is after you've already done that, because you get Romani's mask to get in here, to get that mask, after all that, or before all that, so by the time you get that mask, you've already got Romani's mask, and there's no need to go through that segment of the game again, because you don't get anything for doing it subsequent times. So, it's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, can't really help it. So now, let's go ahead and do one final thing for this 3-day cycle. Because since we're here, we might as well. Did I do my math correctly? We'll find out when it actually gets done counting up. Oh, I was in the right segment anyway. But yes, I did. Good. 500 rupees. I wonder what happens if you withdraw so much that it doesn't fit in your wallet. They probably tell you that, though. I don't feel like the game would be jerkish enough to make you, like, lose 999 rupees or something crazy like that. Alright, so now we gotta fast forward to night of the final day. I do like how the song Double Time sounds. Technically, I could have gone and farmed out the 500 rupees, or what I was missing of the 500 rupees, but really I don't think there's any more need for money for me now. So I'm not going to worry about it. So what I'm going to do while I wait for that to go to night, to 10 o'clock at night, is I'm actually going to look up the stuff for the well, so I'm going to switch to intermission for a second here. I'll keep my mic on, though, and keep talking. The reason is there's a segment in Ikana, for those of you that don't know, called The Bottom of the Well. I guess that's what it's called. Jeez, way to spell me. Good job. And there's a bunch of items you need to trade throughout there in order to get through it, and it's the only way to continue through part of the game. But for anybody that knows me, you also know I cannot stand the fourth area of this game. It's what destroys most of my playthroughs, to be honest with you. I'm just not a big fan of it. Yeah, you they added an upgrade to that mask, the Circus Leader's mask, in the 3DS version. And if it's between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. on the second day, you can do that quest, enter the inn, go upstairs and enter the last door, and you'll find Gorman half asleep, and if you put on the Troop Leader's mask, you can speak with him. Then you go back to the Gorman track, and while wearing the mask, you speak to one of them, and they'll give you the mysterious milk. And then he'll ask you to toss away the empty bottle or suggest you keep it. Interesting. Alright. Anyway, going back to the well here. I'm actually going to type these in chat so I can see them. The clock's on 9 right now, so we should be okay on that. I'm keeping an eye on it, don't worry. Cool. And just in time, too. I'd love to say that was planned, but it most definitely was not. I'll get my curse out of the screen here. I hit the button. Just trying to get him out of there. 500 rupees. And in this playthrough, this thing will be completely useless. Normally, this is used for 2 pieces of heart to keep you awake during I don't need you to buy anything. No, come on, let me out of here. Actually, you know what? I could actually let you buy something. I don't know if he actually takes green potion, but let's find out. Because I don't need to keep it, and it's going to get thrown away regardless, so... 20 rupees? Alright, cool. I think I paid 20 for it, so... Honestly, I feel like that's... more than a little helpful, but, you know, might as well throw it back in the bank. But yeah, anyway, All Night Mask is just used for if you go to the Stockpot Inn and talk to Andrew's grandmother. Andrew's the person at the counter with the red hair in part of the giant side quest. If you talk to her mom, she doesn't recognize you and thinks you're somebody else, and she asks if you want to listen to some stories. And if you listen to them, they speed up time either by 2 hours or by, like, the same amount that the Song of Double Time would be, so like the next day or night. But you fall asleep and let through them unless you're wearing the all-night mask. If you're not, then you can answer a question about each. And the first one, you actually answer it proper. The second time, you say, I don't know. And she gives you a piece of heart for each of those. Alright, so let's get started on Canyon. I might forego Stone Tower Temple tonight. I might just end it early, since I also have an early class, and need to get some reading done for it. So I might finish up the game on Friday. We'll just see how things go. But I am going to keep going and at the very least do the little mini temple, because I do like that a lot. That's probably my favorite part of Ikana. So as the guide below says, in order to get through the bottom of the well segment, and I would recommend you do this the first time you go to Ikana, and get enough of it done to where you don't have to do this the second time, you need 5 magic beans, which I believe is only 1 in the 3DS version, 10 Deku Nuts, 10 bombs, a fish, milk, and also a powder keg. You won't trade the powder keg, but you need it for something after you're done with that area. You can also bring a blue potion with you to get some extra stuff, but it is only rupees. It's not required to beat the important things. I think from here, I'm just going to go ahead and warp the swamp and get the magic beans and the deku nuts and the fish there. As for the milk, I know where I can get that as well, so that won't be too bad. The bombs I'll just find out in Hyrule Field. I guess I could have gotten both of those things beforehand, but no big deal. I was going to warp back to Clock Town regardless to get the powder keg. Yeah, actually might take longer for it to reset by doing that. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and grab the fish on the other section. And I don't think I'm gonna need this, but I'll grab it anyway. This game's not too particularly demanding in terms of life outside of, well, the 3-heart run cheapness that is the Georg fight cutscene, but outside of that, really the only thing that might damage you a lot is the final boss. Oh yeah, I guess you could also get them here. The deku nuts, that is. Put on the Zor mask here and get a little bit taller so I can get farther out into the water. Oh, this is also spring water too, so you really have to nail it on the head when you're getting the fish. Okay. That's good to know. I'll give it one more try. If not, I'll just warp to Great Bay Coast. There we go. How you're supposed to know this, by the way, without trial and error or a, like a guide back in the day, I have no idea. Because so much of this comes from Southern Swamp, which really you've not been to in a while. Unless you knew about the frog thing. And remember when you, like, defeated the first frog and went like, oh right, there was that one in there. After you get the one that's in Dungeon 3, I'm gonna go back and get that one. That might be the last time you're here. Hello. I really wish you could buy these at more than one at a time, but oh well. And that should be 5. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Do we have the bombs out of curiosity? No, I still gotta get those. Okay. So you have the beans, working on the deku nuts, and we have the milks. After this, we need the bombs, the powder keg. And the milk. I think I might have said the milk for the one we didn't have, but no, we have the fish. That should be 7. Eight. I know, thrilling, isn't it? Thankfully, though, this should be the last one. Yep, that's 10. Alright. Yeah, let's just go and work back. The spot where I'm going to get the milk is there's a hidden spot with a cow in it that's between the entrance to the southern swamp and Clocktown, so I might as well just work back to Clocktown first. Because I'm more liable to forget the powder keg than I am the bombs or the milk. And the powder keg's not as big a deal if you forget it, because you don't have to go through the whole cycle of the well again, but you do need it for the mini-dungeon. Because you have to get light inside of an area, and the only way to do it is by getting that powder keg. I think it's the only time that you ever use a powder keg for anything outside of the initial test where you blow up the racetrack and then blowing up the rock that's in the way of the ranch. I think that's the only other time it gets used. Unless you could, like, attack a boss with it. Maybe you could. That'd be cool if you could. Wouldn't that be some crazy secret if you could, like, blow up the Garo mini-boss or something with it and just no one ever tried? I might have to try that at some point. Well, we'll think about it. Alright, so powder keg. So I still need the bombs and the milk. Alright. As much of a chore as this is, it's funny. Oops, I went the wrong way. It's funny that it only took us, like, pretty much 2 hours, but time slowed down. That's not the right button. Actually, you know what? I want to kind of hear what the Song of Storms sounds like on the guitar. Oh, that sounds cool. I swear you're supposed to play the Song of Storms in this little thing here. No? I do hear the cow. It could be right before or right after. Let's try here. For reference's sake, this song also gets rid of the curse that the bubbles can put on you in the middle of the night that are out here in the field. Alright, I guess it's not going to cooperate for whatever reason. There is a cow right there, though. If you play the, there's some bombs. If you play the Epona song, if you play Epona song for it, you'll get milk for free. You can also just buy it in the store, which is probably what I'll end up doing since it's not working there. And I'm also getting a fair bit of rupees just from trying to find bombs. Which I think going into Ikana I'll probably find more, but I'd like to have at least the minimum for completing the well, just in case. Give me that money. Heck, you can probably buy bombs at the store, too, like the general store. And no sooner did I say that than I found some. Yeah, I thought that might get me out of taking damage since it was far enough away, but I guess not. Excuse me. Oh. Well, since I got my allowance, let's go buy some milk. Oh, it's not available here. Okay. I think it's like 100 a bottle for going to the Gorman's area, though. Hey, postman, how's it going? Fine, I will talk to you. I don't want to get too close to this area unless I'm going straight to the area. It's dangerously close to the Takori bird. If it is 100 a bottle, we should be good now. No, not that one. Just because you like the Song of Storms does not mean it's the appropriate thing to use here. This is mostly just so I don't have to deal with that stupid bird potentially stealing a bottle or my sword. So we'll just skip that and go right to the important thing. Hi. $50. Oh, well, that's not as bad as I thought, but it's still... But the milk looks a bit watered down. Ew. I don't like milk normally, so telling me it was watered down really does not entice me anymore. Alright, let's see. That should be everything. Got the beans, got the Deku Nuts, got the bombs, got the fish, got the milk, and got the powder keg. Yep. Looks like we're good to go. All we need now is my horse. So let's do it. Let's get to Ikana. We'll get to do one other cool thing while we're there besides the mini dungeon at least. And it's like one of the first things you do. Except for maybe fight the Post Sisters. I think you can do that before doing the whole thing with Sharp and Flat and starting up the water wheel again. I think you can do that at any time. Hello. It is a very nice mask. Thank you for noticing. Oh, come on. Tried to stay in the corner so I couldn't get hit by stuff, and now all of a sudden everything's over in the corner. I guarantee that's like probably the one part of the Majora's Mask of all the areas no one remembers is just that one section right there with all those things that explode if you throw a bomb or ignite them in any way. Alright, so we can ignore that section up there. There shouldn't be anything important. this way. There's one more tree, isn't there? Yeah, there it is. There's the actual thing, and I'm still not getting that doorbell. I don't know, that's why I said I'm not getting it. Don't need the ferret. Well, I guess I'll take the half heart, but no big deal. Just me, arrows, bombs, magic. The usual stuff. They put these near all the statues, in case you couldn't tell. At the very least, the arrows, the magic, and the fairy. Not always the bombs. Alright, let's start here. Yeah, that's where you fight the Poe sisters if you want to. I'm not going to, because the only thing you get for defeating them is a piece of heart. Well, this looks cozy. I see we wrapped our sword in candy bar full, but it made it twice as strong, so clearly it was okay. Plus, the actual picture, like on the sword icon, actually looks kind of cool. Freaking Mario here trying to kill me. What's Mario doing here trying to kill me? I'll show him what the best Zelda song can do. What is this? This song? Yeah, it was made by your friend Luigi. Remember him? It's so powerful it causes him to do backflips in midair. And he'll be doing it for the rest of his not life. And it rose the water up by like a foot and a half. Good job. But apparently that was enough to get the water flowing. Which at least brings some semblance of life back to this dead town. And unfortunately plays one of the most annoying songs in all of Zelda. Ugh, it burns! Why? Find me some good music before I wreck this car. This is like something you'd hear at either like a carnival or a ball game. Probably closer to the carnival though, but it's awful. See, even the mummies don't like it. Like, sweet Jesus, return me to the dust of the earth from whence I came. I can't handle it, man. And there's a doorknob. It's a hexagon, because it has 6 sides. Flat, my dear brother. I should have known you were the superior Mario. Mostly because I'm a thick neck. And do stupid things in Mario Party, like steal stars from last place. I made my final request. Yeah, I'm not helping you with it. The only reason I saved you is because it was required. Alright, let's go be a jerk. She's come down here and see a little girl inspecting the water. She's like, oh no, it's a monster! Wearing a bunny hood. As you know, all monsters do. They wear bunny hats. So let's get her to investigate that. Sucker! And yes, unfortunately, music's still playing in here until... a boss battle, except not really. First can play a song of healing. It's like James in the car in The Mystery of Me when he's trying to tell Jessie that, like, that whatever it is behind her. There's a... I know this is supposed to be a touching moment, but he looks like a monkey right here. Like, seriously. He looks so much like a monkey. Which, I mean, I guess they're trying to give him a derpy face, so it kind of makes sense. Like, in context of story, it's a really sweet scene, and really sad, too, that, like, basically his tiny little kid daughter had to lock him up so she wouldn't get, you know, eaten by him as he slowly transforms into a Gibdo. And for all she knew, he was, you know, going to transform into one, and you just saved his life, but, a little too cheesy for me. Regardless, with the Gibdo mask in hand, it's time for the well, and I'm not looking forward to it, so let's just get it done. So what are we missing now? Let's see. The postman's hat, the, not the Brian mask, but the one with the fox on it, because it's, you know, Fox, Falco, Peppy, Slippy, Pigma, so it's easy to remember. Couple's mask, and Giant's mask. Couples, Giants, and Postman we'll all get later. And the Fox one we'll get later as well. In fact, all of those are part of the Anju Cafe quest except for the Giant's mask. And the First Deity, obviously. Did I go up too far? No, I didn't go up far enough. Okay. Cool. God, music, get it away from me. It's the one upside of going down here in the well is I don't have to hear that. Get me out of there. Hello. What would you like? Something blue that bestows those. Oh, so you're the blue potion that gets me to the other part of it. Yeah, I don't want to go that way then. How about you? What do you want? Something delicious to chomp on. Something that sprouts in its water. Preferably 5 of them. What a specific request. It's convenient that I happen to have that exact thing in that exact amount. Ah, you stupid ice bat. Yeah, there are some mall masters in here, so you gotta watch out for those. Deliciously fresh. Pretty sure he's referring to the fish on this one. Cool. How about you? A blinding flash. Must be these. Well, let's start with the fish. One of these areas takes you to a big Poe that you need at the very end. Yes, they also kind of stock you with stuff in here too, so if you didn't have the Deku Nuts, you could have gotten them. But honestly, it's not too much of a chore to just go and get them. Hi. Something small and creepy. Oh, you want bugs, yeah. Well, I don't need to get you bugs. I think that's something else entirely. How about you? Are you the giant ghost? Yeah. Alright, I gotta come back then. That's in a different part of the well. And if you're trying to play smart and think, oh, well, you could just get the one from the bottom of the graveyard on the final night. Yeah, that would be the wise thing to do if it actually worked, but unfortunately the mummies change location of where they go on each day, so at that point you will no longer need it. Which kind of sucks. Something warm that can melt ice and quench one's spirits. I don't think milk can melt ice in this game, but you're welcome to it. Oh no, he must be referring to spring water then. Also, sorry for damaging you, I apologize. You must want the milk, correct? No, you want the bombs. Okay, I can do that. There you go. Surprise, it's a ghost. He's like here to take your soul and stuff. Just a quick reminder, this counts as a mini-boss. I'm just saying, like, this ain't no mini-boss. This is too easy for a mini-boss. And down he goes. To the shock and awe of absolutely nobody. I actually did not take damage from that. Something for a heart. No, I'm just gonna give me arrows. Okay. Then I won't worry about opening the ones back there, if there are any. See, you wanted the, like, spring water, so I'm gonna ignore you. Ignore that floor master, or wall master, excuse me. There's only one floor master in this entire game, and he's just kind of hanging around. Alright, there's your ghost. Enjoy him. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that wall master to get in here. Get out of here, you jackass. Ah, no thank you. Frickin' spiders. Hate spiders. Hello. Something rich in calcium. There's the milk. Enjoy. And thankfully, mercifully, finally we're done. I wonder what it could be. I'll give you a hint, it's one of my favorite items, and it's unfortunately super creepy in this game, the Mirror Shield. It looks a lot less cool than it did in Ocarina of Time, where it looked really cool. It pretty much does the exact same thing it did before. You can use it to activate switches. You can use it to destroy sunblocks. You can show it to your friends, show it to your enemies, murder anyone with it by bashing them over the head. It really does it all. Seriously though, it does not look very cool in this game. Unfortunately. But now we are officially in the mini dungeon. That has way better music than the well, or the god-awful, whatever it was, circus music. The Castle of Ikana. And as a quick side note, if you go back through the opposite way, there's like a hole in the wall. You can hit a switch to activate light and destroy this block, so now you can get in here a lot easier. Let's get out of here, though. We'll hop in here. Look at them dance! Look at that dance! I want you all to appreciate this for a moment. It's beautiful. But my dance is so much better they just shower me in money. sure you're supposed to go to this side first. I'm pretty sure it's left. If I remember correctly, it's left. From the entrance. So, we'll go left. I also remember this being a gigantic pain for the second shot you have to make in here. Yeah. Because I think even if you wait in there, it will still, it still won't let you hop back up. I mean, we could try, but I don't think it actually, I think it still kills you. No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize you could do that. You can push it back up with that. Okay, that's good to remember for a later playthrough. Can I take this mask off now? Thanks. Appreciate it. I don't mind the Deku form, but I would much prefer the human form. Pretty much the Zora one's the only one I might care for a little bit more, but the human one is definitely the least clunky, so... Okay, there's that. You... I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's another spider in here. Oh, actually, let me get him. Wow. And if I also remember correctly... Yep. Yep, I guess that platform was secretly not there. Good job, Link. Proud of you. Alright, let's try that again. You. Alright. Next. Oh no, bubbles. Let's just ignore them because we're too short. And also you can kill them by doing that, I guess. You'd figure fire in contact with wood, the fire would probably win that battle, but I guess not. Is that what I need to come over here for? Because that's just going to get rid of the fire, isn't it? Yeah, that's just for a piece of hearts. I don't need to do that. Oh no, it's probably that. Okay, good. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I went the right way. Well, it'd suck if I didn't, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. That'll move the block, right? Yeah, there we go. And apparently displeased the camera to no end. Nice try, sucker. Aw, oh, come on. Yeah, the right way is how you get in there. Okay, cool. I'm caught up now. Let's go. pretty much the reason we need to do that was to get the light in here. Am I correct? Or not in here, but in the next room over. Let me see you dance, boys. So you think you can dance, Termina? And welcome to the one and only appearance of the Floor Master. I hope you enjoyed him because he's dead. As are his little Floor Master babies. May they rest in peace. Yes, the Moscow one. Everybody remembers this guy over here. Forget these two dudes and the little jokers in the center here. This is where the real action's at, right here. Look at that. Beautiful. It's like, Moscow, Moscow, I don't know the frickin' words, I don't know the frickin' words, ah ha 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 ha. Hey, Moscow, Moscow, I don't know the frickin' words, I don't know the frickin' words, ah ha 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 ha. Hey! What a dance. It's beautiful. 10 stars. Also, we're fighting a Wizrobe again, because, you know, that wasn't old, even though we've already fought him twice, and we'll fight him in the final dungeon. Final main dungeon again. And if you're going for all the side quests, you'll fight him another 2 times. Ah, fired it too early. There we go. That's more like it. Oh no, he's going to run around. How will I tell which one is which? If only there were some dot on my map that could show me which one is the correct one. And even if there wasn't, there's only 4 options. It can't be that bloody hard to figure it out. Wait, was he not there? I fired at that shot. Or fired at that location, rather. Ah, come on. I can't move. Are you serious? I'm not about to die to Wizrobe. Come on now, just because it's not going to let me aim. There we go. And back to the triumphant music, I guess. There's that Moscow man. Look at him go. I don't know who you are trying to show that guy up. I don't even know what that dance is. It's a no from me. I'm gonna leave the Moscow guys alive this time. Now, most important of all, I hope you remembered the powder keg, because if not, you're in for a big disappointment here. Oh right, you can also do this. Don't even have to pull the shield out proper. Just spin it in a circle. Might be one more room before this so you can... Yeah, there's something in here. No, just arrows. Oh, here's magic. No? Oh, okay, I was supposed to say, surely they gotta give you some. You need fire to do this. Yeah, I think that's all I need. Cool. Take that mask off, man. Like, what are you doing? I've brought the unthinkable. Yes, I've brought both a sword and a shield. Now, to be real, this is actually a pretty cool speech. True darkness is just these guys being weird, I guess. Surprise! Curtains are flammable! Surprise! Those curtains are also flammable! No, I don't want to focus on that one. There we go. I feel like he should have died instantly because he got knocked directly into that light. But whatever. Alright, now I gotta remember how to fight this guy. I guess you can do it this way too. Okay, come on, you've done that enough. Come on. Come and actually fight me. Yeah, these guys are not particularly tough. Just do a spin attack while you're not facing them while they try to attack you, and then 2 hits will knock the weak guys out, and the other guy takes a bit more, but not that much more. Also, you can't tell me these guys did not inspire Undertale, at least a little bit, in terms of other skull/skeleton-related characters that will remain nameless. And then they just go away because they're terrified of him. So yes, this was the king, ex-king of the once kingdom of Ikana, but no more. That one's easy enough to remember, because it's just left, right, left, and then you start with down, and then just go counterclockwise with the remaining C buttons. And you have the Elegy of Emptiness. Ladies and gentlemen, the fan-favorite character from Majora's Mask, Ben. Also, he drowned. So yep, now you can make an empty shell, namely to stand on switches that would not stay down otherwise. And you can do that for each of your forms. So 4 total. 1 for Link, 1 for Zora, 1 for Goron, and 1 for Deku. Typically the Deku one's not used very much though, because since it's a lightweight statue, like the actual Deku Link, it does not put much force on the switches, and therefore it's useless for that most of the time. There we go, there's some hearts. So with the Elegy of Emptiness now officially in our hands, as well as the Mirror Shield and the Well Done, along with pretty much all the masks outside of 5, and only one of which we'll be getting during the dungeon. I think it would do to end things here, so let's find a raid target after I put my money up. I could go ahead and, like, do the part that actually gets you up to Stone Tower, and you could get the warp, but I'm not gonna worry about it tonight. Namely because I feel like, splitting that up kind of takes away a little bit of the experience of the horror and tragedy that is Stone Tower Temple. So, I think I'll pass on that and we'll do it next time. But for record's sake, we will have more of the coin flip run of Radiant Dawn during the weekend on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central. As well as... Oops, I almost hit the wrong button there. As well as Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, the prequel Blind, done by my friend Icarus, on Sunday at around 5 or 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, once you get the 1,000 rupees, she'll keep giving you the blue rupee. We'll go ahead and add it in there, why not? You can check the times below on my page, because they are updated each week, or on my Discord, which there's a link below as well for that. No, I'm not depositing 4 rupees. There we go, much better. That ain't nothing at all. Well, you're the one that just gave it to me. For now, though, let us find ourselves a raid target as we play the Song of Time and return to Dawn of the First Day. Next episode I do, A, hopefully I have more energy for, but B, it will definitely be the final episode. I knew I wasn't going to do as much tonight since I was tired, and honestly I enjoy the first half of the game a little bit, well, really even the first 2/3 more than the final third, but it's almost entirely due to Stone Tower Temple, really. I like most of this game, it's just Stone Tower is a hassle for me. Not a big fan. Still, let's see if we can find a raid target. See curiously if anybody else is playing Zelda. Doubt it? At least not this one. Like it. I love Tales of Despair. I think it's pretty good. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Also, that says Saturday at 7 for the stream below. It might be a little bit earlier. Just keep updated with my schedule on Discord to find out. For now,